I'd like to say a star is born. Except Stefanos Tsitsipas was born 20 years ago this coming Sunday. Canadian teen Denis Shapovalov was eliminated from the Rogers Cup on Thursday, falling 7-5, 6-2 to Robin Haase of the Netherlands in third-round action. Shapovalov says he didn't feel any pressure on the court. But the young tawny-haired Greek is certainly having a moment. He's having a week. Thursday, after knocking Novak Djokovic out of the Rogers Cup, the still a teenager called it the best moment of my life. Read more. Article continued. Belarus Open champ Stevens downs veteran Suarez Navarro to reach quarter. Roshi Dimano, Grigor Dimitrov is quite the player, on and off the court. Rosie Dimano, youth on rise in world of tennis, but there's still a ways to go. That wasn't hyperbole either, at least not from a tennis perspective. And maybe there's never been anything more wondrous than this in his life, even outside of tennis. Djokovic may have been rather off form, neither his serve nor his forehand weapons of mass destruction on this afternoon. Still a former world number one, though. Still the reigning Wimbledon champion, still the possessor of 13 Grand Slam championships, still the tennis master with 30 Master Series titles on his career resume. Denis Shapovalov saw his Rogers Cup come to a close following a 7-5, 6-2 loss to Robin Haase on Thursday at the Aviva Centre in Toronto. Nathan Dennett, the Canadian press. Stefanos Tsitsipas celebrates after defeating Novak Djokovic to advance to the quarter-finals at the Rogers Cup. Frank Gunn, the Canadian press, but came a cropper against a rangy 19-year-old whose star has been steadily ascending over the past season. They'd hit together, practiced sets together, in the past, with Tsitsipas taking mental notes, assembling a scratch pad of his own for that future date when they'd confront each for real across a net. Article continued. Belarus for the first time Thursday, in the third round of the tournament. So, I was waiting and, I grabbed him like a bulldog and stuck there and executed. This was at the press conference that followed Tsitsipas' 6-3, 6-7, 6-3 dispatch of Djokovic. Reporters stopped scribbling notes and looked up. What did he just say? Mercy, a quote font. Teenagers just don't talk like this. Cosseted 19-year-old tennis players, who live largely in a one-dimensional world, blink her to the off-court universe, don't talk like this. And they sure as heck don't scrawl on the TV camera afterwards. Pray for Greece, his homeland, where raging fires in mid-Europe, gripped by record-hot temperatures, have claimed at least 93 lives. I just felt like doing it because my country, the past few weeks, has been through tough times and people died, people are injured. One of my friends is in the hospital. That was the least I could do today. Such preternatural poise, on and off the court. Tsitsipas was in control of his emotions, in control of his play, even when things got a bit sketchy, unpanicked by the second set wobble. Balanced aggressiveness with alertness, took control of points, hit all corners on his serve, sliced the ball flat, cross-court and down. Didn't lose a single serve and faced just 2 break points in the entire match, calmly denied. Hit 11 aces and 42 winners, 10 more than Djokovic. Spectacularly self-assured, serving for the match at 5-3, even after double faulting, rebounding with a wow forehand winner under what must have been tremendous pressure and adolescent nerves, that drew a smile with little pleasure in it from Djokovic, before firmly setting his decorated opponent aside. After 2 hours and 19 minutes, I knew that at some point he's going to break, said Tsitsipas. I knew that at some point he's going to break. I just waited patiently for this moment and it happened. Djokovic, who fought off 8 of 10 break points, gave credit where credit was due. He was just serving big. He was serving all corners. So I didn't really read his serve that well, to be honest, and he's showing a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline. He's putting in the hours in the gym, on the tennis court, and it's paying off. He's very talented. He was the best junior in the world. If he keep going this way, he's got a good future. What he has, directly ahead, is a quarterfinal encounter with no. 2-seed and defending champion Alexander Zverev, who sent Daniil Medvedev packing 6-3, 6-2. It'll be a reprise of their semi-clash from a week ago at the City Open in DC, claimed. easily by Zverev in straight sets, but which also featured Tsitsipas smacking himself in the head, part out of frustration with self during a changeover. That loss matured me, says Tsitsipas. Made me braver and more experienced. So now I'm going to use it in my favor for the next match against him and try to get the most out of it. Be more clever, I would say, and play the right way, use my chances, which brings me, in maybe a bury your lead kind of way, to another 19-year-old, Denis Shapovalov, who, by his own admission, did not play in the right way Thursday evening, and thus is gone from his hometown Rogers Cup, flaming out 7-5, 6-2 against Dutchman Robin Haas. He was the last Canadian standing, in either Toronto or Montreal, although that's hardly what matters most. But fourth day into the tournament and that crowd-thrilling Chapo magic vanished, dissipated by Haas's slow-down pacing in the match and a whole bunch of junk ball shots. Obviously, I wasn't having a good day, Shapovalov acknowledged while laying some of the blame on windy conditions. Nothing really felt clean for me today, it's one bad day. And it's a sport, so things like this happen all the time. I've just got to learn from it and keep moving forward, the kid did, however, take some solace from, he claimed, grinding it to the bitter end and, well, not losing his nut for the most part. I stayed pretty cool in my head. Even though things weren't going my way, I still kept fighting, still tried to find a game plan. So that's huge. Sometimes in these situations, I might have a meltdown and just get too frustrated with myself. But today I was still trying to find a way throughout the last point. I'm happy with that, except, you know, not really. Rosie DiMano is a columnist based in Toronto covering sports and current affairs. Follow her on Twitter, @RoDiMano.